Hey everyone, today we're going to read a book um, and then we're going to have a little discussion about some of the things that you may or may not be hearing either on the news or your parents talking about it. So, we're going to start by reading a book called Something Happened in Our Town, and it is written by three people: Marianne Celano, Marietta Collins, and Ann Hazzard. Something happened in our town, a child's story about racial injustice. Something happened, something bad happened in our town. The news was on the TV, the radio, and the internet. The grown ups didn't think the kids knew about it, but the kids in Miss Garcia's class heard some older kids talking about it, and they had questions. After school, Emma asked her mother, "Why did the police shoot that man?" "It was a mistake," said her mother. "I feel sad for the man and his family." "Yes, the police thought he had a gun," said her father. "It wasn't a mistake," said her sister Liz. "The cops shot him because he was black." Emma was confused. "He is brown, not black," she said. "Some black people have dark brown skin, and some have light brown skin," Emma's father explained. "Black usually means African American. Most of their ancestors were brought here from Africa as slaves." "I know what a slave is," said Emma. "That's when you have to do whatever the other person says." Yes, slaves had to do whatever white people told them to do. Even after slavery ended, white people didn't let black people live where they wanted, go to school with white people, or vote. Who are white people? White people came here from places in Europe or Russia or other countries. We are white, even though our skin is light tan. Did our family do those bad things a long time ago?" asked Emma. "Yes," answered her mother. "Back then, many white people thought that they were better than black people, even though it wasn't true." Liz added, "Some white people still think most black men and boys are dangerous, even though they're not." "Was the man that got shot dangerous?" asked Emma. "No," her mother said. "Shooting him was a mistake. It was a mistake that is part of a pattern." "Like the pattern on my blanket?" Emma asked. "Yes, but this pattern is being nice to white people and mean to black people. It's an unfair pattern." "Suppose you had a birthday party and invited everyone in your class except the black kids," her mother said. "How would the black kids feel?" "They would be sad," Emma said, "or mad. And you would be missing out because you never know who is going to be your best friend," said Liz. "And you can help others to be fair," said her mother. "Like telling Anna to stop teasing Ling about her name?" asked Emma. Her mother gave her a hug. "Yes, just like that." In another house, Josh asked his mother, "Can police go to jail?" "Yes," said his mother. "Why do you ask?" "That white policeman who shot the black man," said Josh. "Will he go to jail?" "What he did was wrong," said his mother. But he won't go to jail, said his father. Why not? Asked Josh. Cops stick up for each other, said Josh's brother Malcolm, and they don't like black men. Josh was confused. Why not? Some police are black. You're right, said his mother. Uncle James is a police officer, and so is my friend Kenya. There are many cops, black and white, who make good choices, said his father. But we can't always count on them to do what's right. Malcolm added, I could get stopped by the police just because I'm black, even if I don't do anything wrong. That's not fair, Josh said. What if it was a white man in the car? Would the police have shot him? They probably wouldn't have even stopped the car, said his father. Sometimes white people are treated better than black people, said his mother. But it's not right. Everybody should be treated fairly. Josh's mother gave him a hug. We're proud of who we are. Harriet Tubman, Martin Luther King Jr., and Nelson Mandela were strong and brave black leaders. They showed us that we can stand up for our rights and set good example for others. They were treated unfairly, but helped others learn to be more fair. Some people haven't learned yet, said his father angrily. Why are you mad? Asked Josh. I'm mad that we're still treated poorly sometimes, but I can use my anger to make things better, said his father. Black people have a lot of power if we work together to make changes. I have power, Josh said, and I'm smart. His father smiled. You're right. His mother added, and you can change people's hearts by sticking up for someone who is not treated fairly. Like how Malcolm sticks up for me when the kids tease me about my glasses, Josh asked. He tells them to step off. Just like that, his parents said. The next day, a new kid joined Emma and Josh's class. His name was Ahmad, and he was from a country far away. Ahmad didn't know where to sit or what to do because it was his first day in school. He talked a little bit, but it was hard to understand him. He said he was learning English. After lunch, his class went outside to play soccer. Daniel and Sophia picked kids to be on their teams. All of the kids were picked to be on a team except Ahmad. Daniel said Ahmad probably didn't know how to play because he was new. Sophia said Ahmad might not be good at soccer. Josh remembered what his mother said about sticking up for people who are treated unfairly. Emma remembered what her mother said about unfair patterns in birthday parties. All of a sudden, Ahmad wasn't alone. Emma and Josh were leading him to their team. We have enough kids on our team, Daniel said. We don't need him. But Josh was ready. Step off, he said. He's playing. Yeah, said Emma. We don't want to miss out. And just like that, Emma and Josh gained a new friend and started a better pattern in their school. The end. So I know that we talk a lot. All of your teachers, I do, your parents talk about being fair and talk about how we should treat each other the way we want to be treated. And sometimes, as adults, some adults have not learned that lesson, and some adults don't understand that we should all treat each other fairly. It doesn't matter how I look, how you look, what we do, where we come from, what our religion is. And so things happen in this world that are unfair and hard to explain. So it is up to us as adults to lead you, our kids, to be better than us, to understand that no matter what a person looks like, no matter what religion a person is, no matter what a person or who a person loves, we should treat them as how we would want to treat how we would want other people to treat us. And it is a hard concept. It is hard for some people to understand. It is hard for some people to not hate. And, you know, it's hard for me as an adult to understand. It's hard for me as an adult to tell you that this world is not fair. And no matter what is going on in this world, no matter how dangerous it may seem or how unfair it may seem, or I just want you to know that I love you. Your teachers love you. Your parents love you. And if you ever need to talk about the state of the world, we are all here for you. And we may not be able to give you all of the answers that you're looking for because we as adults don't have the answers. But we can find the answers together. So this book, What Happened in Our Town, Something Happened in Our Town, is very appropriate right now because, like I said before I started reading it, there are some things going on all over our country where someone was killed, and just because of the color of his skin, and we are trying to understand it. And there's some things that we just can't understand because that's not how we're built. So I just wanted to read the book to you, and whatever questions you may have, I am available for my class, and every other teacher who will be showing this to their class is available to have a conversation with you about it. Once again, just remember that in an unkind world, when you see injustices and feel like you don't understand. Just be kind.